Brain development and enhanced memory. 1. Sleep sufficiency. Adequate sleep is not just a simple rest, it's a crucial and essential process for our brain health and memory function. Imagine your brain as a computer. After a full day of use, it needs time to clear unnecessary files, organize data, and update its system. That's exactly what the brain does when we sleep. What happens to the brain when we sleep? When we are in deep sleep, the brain goes through several stages. Memory consolidation. This is one of the most important functions of sleep. Information and experiences we learned or encountered throughout the day are organized and transferred by the brain from short-term to long-term memory. For example, if you learned a new lesson today, your brain will process that information while you sleep so you can remember it tomorrow or long-term. Without sufficient sleep, that information can be easily lost. Waste clearance. While we are awake, the brain produces metabolic waste. When we sleep, the brain's glymphatic system actively works to clear these waste products from the brain. This clearance is important to prevent the accumulation of harmful substances that can lead to brain problems like dementia. Energy restoration. The brain uses a lot of energy during the day. Sleep provides an opportunity for the brain to recharge its energy, preparing itself for the next day's activities. How does insufficient sleep affect the brain and memory? When we don't get enough sleep or have irregular sleep patterns, several negative effects can occur. Memory impairment. You'll find it difficult to remember new information, recall events that happened, and even struggle to remember simple daily things. Decreased concentration. The brain will have difficulty focusing on any task, making your work or studies less effective. Mood swings. Insufficient sleep can make you irritable, anxious, or generally unwell. Poor decision-making. The ability to assess situations and make rational decisions will decrease. Weakened immune system. Sleep also affects the immune system, making you more susceptible to illness. How many hours should we sleep? For most adults, experts recommend sleeping 7 to 9 hours per night. However, sleep requirements can vary slightly from person to person. The important thing is to listen to your body and ensure you get the sleep that makes you feel refreshed and energized during the day. Tips for getting enough sleep. Establish a regular sleep schedule. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Create a good sleep environment. Make your bedroom dark, quiet, and cool. Avoid caffeine and alcohol before bed. These substances can disrupt your sleep. Avoid screens before bed. Blue light from phones, computers, or TVs can interfere with the production of melatonin, which helps us sleep. Exercise regularly, but avoid exercising too close to bedtime. Relax before bed. You can read a book, listen to calming music, or take a warm bath. In summary, sufficient sleep is a vital investment for our long-term brain health and memory capacity. Paying attention to your sleep habits is truly one of the most effective first steps in promoting better brain development. 2. Regular exercise. Exercise not only helps build strong muscles and reduce weight, but it's also a magic remedy for the brain. When we talk about brain development and memory enhancement, regular exercise plays a crucial role and has many positive effects you might not expect. How does exercise help the brain? Increases blood flow to the brain. When you exercise, your heart pumps blood faster and stronger, leading to more oxygen and nutrient-rich blood flowing to the brain. Adequate oxygen and nutrient supply is essential for healthy and optimal brain function. Think of it like a machine that needs enough fuel to operate. Promotes new brain cell growth. neurogenesis exercise, especially aerobic exercise, like running, swimming, has been found to stimulate the production of new brain cells in the hippocampus region of the brain. The hippocampus is a crucial area for forming new memories and learning. Having more new cells can help boost your memory capacity. Increases brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF. BDNF is a type of protein that acts as fertilizer for the brain. It helps promote the growth and survival of brain cells, increases connections between cells, synaptic plasticity, and aids in repairing damaged cells. Exercise can increase BDNF levels in the brain, making your brain more efficient at learning and remembering. Reduces inflammation and oxidative stress. Regular exercise can help reduce inflammation throughout the body, including the brain. Chronic inflammation can damage brain cells and impair cognitive function. Moreover, exercise also helps lower stress hormone, cortisol, levels, which can negatively affect memory. Boosts concentration and executive functions. People who exercise regularly often have better concentration, clearer thinking, and can solve problems faster. This is also because exercise strengthens the brain's executive functions, which include planning, problem solving, and emotional regulation. What types of exercise are good for the brain? Almost all types of exercise benefit the brain, but the types that have been most studied and show good results are aerobic exercise, cardio such as brisk walking, running, swimming, cycling, or dancing. These exercises help increase heart rate and blood flow to the brain. Aim for at least 150 minutes, 2.5 hours, per week of moderate intensity exercise, or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity exercise. Strength training, lifting weights or bodyweight exercises can also benefit brain health by helping to increase muscle mass and reduce inflammation. Yoga and Tai Chi. These activities not only benefit the body but also help manage stress, improve concentration, and increase body flexibility, all of which have a good effect on the brain. Tips for starting and maintaining an exercise routine. Start gradually, don't push yourself too hard at first. Begin with short walks and gradually increase the duration and intensity. Choose activities you enjoy. If you enjoy what you're doing, you'll be more committed to continuing it. Set specific goals, such as, I will walk for 30 minutes 3 times a week. Find an exercise buddy. Having a friend to exercise with can help keep you motivated. Don't give up. Some days you might not feel like exercising, but don't let that feeling take over. Just doing a little bit is better than nothing. In summary, regular exercise is one of the most effective strategies to maintain and develop your brain to be sharper, more advanced, and have better memory. It's not just a habit for physical health, but also a major investment in your brain health. 3. Balanced diet. A balanced diet is a crucial foundation for overall physical health, as well as brain health and memory function. Our brain needs a lot of energy and essential nutrients to function optimally. Think of the brain as a sophisticated machine that requires the highest quality fuel to run smoothly. If we provide it with poor food, it won't operate at full capacity and may eventually deteriorate. How does a balanced diet help the brain? Provide sufficient energy. The brain is the organ that consumes the most energy in the body. The main energy source for the brain is glucose, which comes from carbohydrates. Consuming complex carbohydrates, such as brown rice and whole grain bread, can provide sustained energy to the brain without causing sudden fluctuations in blood sugar. Supplies essential nutrients. Omega-3 fatty acids are one of the most important nutrients for the brain. They are a key component of brain cell membranes and play a role in forming connections between brain cells, synapses. Omega-3 fatty acids help boost memory, learning, and reduce the risk of depression and dementia. Antioxidants, such as vitamin C, E, and beta-carotene, help protect brain cells from damage caused by free radicals, which can lead to inflammation and cognitive decline. B vitamins, B6, B9/folate, and B12 are essential for the production of neurotransmitters that regulate mood, memory, and concentration. A deficiency in vitamin B12 can lead to severe memory problems. Iron is vital for transporting oxygen to the brain. Iron deficiency can cause fatigue and affect concentration. Zinc plays a crucial role in cognitive function and memory. Reduces inflammation. A balanced diet rich in anti-inflammatory foods like vegetables, fruits, and healthy fats can help reduce chronic inflammation in the brain, which contributes to cognitive decline. Regulates blood sugar. Maintaining stable blood sugar levels is crucial for brain health. Frequent sugar spikes and crashes can put stress on the brain and affect memory. Key foods for good brain health. Fatty fish, such as salmon, tuna, mackerel, and sardines, are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA, which are essential for brain health. Try to consume them at least twice a week. Berries, such as blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries, are rich in antioxidants and flavonoids, which help enhance memory and slow down age-related cognitive decline. Leafy green vegetables, such as spinach, kale, and broccoli, are rich in vitamins K, lutein, folate, and beta-carotene, all of which help protect the brain and slow cognitive decline. Nuts and seeds, such as walnuts, almonds, chia seeds, and flax seeds, are rich in vitamin E, omega-3 fatty acids, and antioxidants. Walnuts, in particular, are excellent for brain health. Dark chocolate, rich in flavonoids, caffeine, and antioxidants, which can help increase blood flow to the brain and enhance cognitive function. Choose dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa. Green tea contains caffeine and L-theanine, which can help increase alertness, concentration, and memory function. Eggs, rich in choline, an important nutrient for the production of acetylcholine, a key neurotransmitter for memory and learning. Water, although not a food, adequate water intake is extremely important. Even slight dehydration can cause fatigue, headaches, and affect concentration and memory. Try to drink 8 glasses, about 2 liters, per day. What to avoid? Highly processed foods, such as snacks, fried foods, and high-sugar foods, which can cause inflammation and negatively impact long-term brain health. Excess sugar. Consuming too much sugar can lead to cognitive decline and increase the risk of dementia. Saturated and trans fats can raise bad cholesterol and harden arteries, affecting blood flow to the brain. In summary, adopting a balanced diet rich in natural foods and avoiding processed foods is an effective method to maintain and strengthen brain health, as well as enhance your memory capacity. 4. Lifelong learning. Continuously learning new things is a fundamental cornerstone for more advanced brain development and better memory. Think of our brain as a muscle. The more we use it, challenge it to think and learn, the stronger and more capable it becomes. Conversely, if left unused, it will weaken. The concept of lifelong learning is to continue seeking new knowledge and skills regardless of age or educational level. How does learning new things help the brain? Learning new things stimulates the brain to work in unique and complex ways, bringing many benefits. Increases neuroplasticity. This is the brain's incredible ability to change, reorganize, and form new connections between neurons. When you learn something new, your brain creates new neural pathways and strengthens old ones, making the brain more flexible and efficient at processing information. It's like building many new roads in your brain's network. Promotes new brain cell growth, neurogenesis as mentioned in the section on exercise. Learning that requires critical thinking and memory can also stimulate the creation of new brain cells in the hippocampus, a crucial area for memory and learning. Strengthens memory. When you learn something new, you need to use both short-term and long-term memory. Remembering new information and then recalling it is an excellent exercise for strengthening your memory muscle. Learning a new language, for example, has been shown to improve overall memory. Increases focus and attention. Learning something new always requires high levels of focus and attention. Practicing this regularly can help you sustain attention for longer periods and reduce distractions. Maintains mental sharpness. Continuous learning helps keep the brain active and reduces the risk of age-related cognitive decline. It can act as a protective shield against certain types of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Expands perspective and problem solving. Learning new things opens doors for you to learn different ways of thinking and solve problems from different perspectives, which helps enhance your problem-solving abilities in real life. How can you learn new things? Learning doesn't mean you have to enroll in a school or university. There are many ways to continue learning throughout life. Read books, read different genres, both fiction and non-fiction, about history, science, biographies, or subjects you've never known about. Learn a new language. Learning a new language is one of the best ways to stimulate the brain because it requires you to remember vocabulary, grammar, and organize thoughts in new ways. Learn to play a musical instrument. Learning to play an instrument requires hand-eye brain coordination, including remembering notes and melodies. Take online courses. There are many platforms like Coursera, edX, Khan Academy that offer free or paid courses on almost any subject. Learn new skills, such as coding, photography, painting, cooking new dishes, or crafting. Explore new topics, watch documentaries, listen to podcasts, or participate in discussions on topics that interest you. Travel and explore new cultures. Traveling to new places and experiencing new cultures can stimulate the brain to understand new environments and situations. Tips for practicing lifelong learning. Set small goals. Start by learning small and easy things to avoid getting bored or discouraged. Make it a habit. Try to set specific time slots daily or weekly for learning. Make learning enjoyable. Choose topics you are genuinely interested in. Share knowledge. Teaching others what you've learned is one of the best ways to solidify your memory. Don't be afraid to fail. Learning always involves mistakes. Treat mistakes as opportunities to learn. In summary, continuously learning new things is a valuable investment in your brain's health and capacity. It helps keep your brain active, flexible, and strengthens your memory throughout life. Learning is not a final destination, but an ongoing process that brings many benefits, both mentally and emotionally. 5. Brain training. Beyond general lifelong learning, brain training is a specific method designed to stimulate and strengthen specific cognitive functions such as memory, concentration, problem solving, and processing speed. Think of it this way: if lifelong learning is general physical exercise, brain training is like weight training that targets specific brain muscles. The goal is to keep the brain sharp, flexible, and functioning optimally. How does brain training help the brain? Brain training operates on principles similar to lifelong learning, based on the concept of neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to change and reorganize itself. When you engage in activities that demand intense thinking, your brain forms new neural connections. These exercises force the brain to create new neural pathways and strengthen existing ones, which helps make signal transmission between brain cells more efficient. Increases brain working capacity. Due to continuous challenges, the brain can improve its information processing speed, short-term memory, working memory, and the ability to focus on a single task. Strengthens memory. Many exercises are specifically designed to strengthen memory, such as remembering details, sequences, or locations. Improves executive functions. Executive functions include problem solving, planning, evaluation, and decision-making. Brain training helps strengthen these skills. Reduces risk of cognitive impairment. Keeping the brain active through exercise can help delay or reduce the risk of age-related diseases like dementia. Popular types of brain training exercises. There are many ways to train your brain. The key is to choose activities that require you to think and are not just automatic actions. 1. Puzzles and logic games. Sudoku, a number puzzle that requires logical thinking and concentration. Crossword puzzles help strengthen vocabulary and word recall. Jigsaw puzzles helps improve spatial reasoning and problem solving. Rubik's Cube requires spatial reasoning and sequence memory. Logic grid puzzles requires analytical thinking and deduction. 2. Board games and card games. Chess and checkers require strategic planning, thinking several steps ahead, and anticipating opponents' moves. Scrabble helps strengthen vocabulary and word-forming ability. Poker or bridge require card memory, risk analysis, and decision-making under pressure. Dominoes requires strategic thinking and counting. 3. Brain training apps/websites. There are many apps like Lumosity, Elevate, Peak, Cognifit that offer diverse exercises to strengthen memory, processing speed, cognitive flexibility, and problem-solving skills. These apps are often gamified, making the training more enjoyable. 4. Daily activities that stimulate thinking. Use your non-dominant hand. For example, if you're right-handed, try brushing your teeth or holding a spoon with your left hand. This stimulates different parts of the brain. Change routines. Try taking a different route to work or home, or change the order of your daily tasks. Changing routines forces the brain to think anew. Memorize new phone numbers without writing them down. Practice number recall. Try to memorize poems or texts, good for strengthening memory. Do mental math, instead of using a calculator. Tips for effective brain training. Consistency is key. Practicing brain exercises little by little every day or every week is more effective than doing a lot all at once. Keep it challenging. As you get better, try to increase the difficulty level or switch to new, more challenging activities. The brain grows when it's challenged. Variety. Don't focus on just one type of exercise. Try diverse activities that stimulate different parts of the brain, e.g., logic games for analytical thinking, language games for word recall. Enjoy it. If you enjoy the activities you're doing, you'll be more committed to continuing them. In summary, brain training is an effective tool to maintain and enhance the sharpness of your brain. It helps strengthen memory, concentration, and overall cognitive abilities, allowing your brain to continue learning and adapting well with age. 6. Stress management. Stress is an undeniable part of everyone's daily life. But when stress becomes chronic and poorly managed, it doesn't just affect physical health, it also causes severe consequences for our brain health and memory capacity. Imagine our brain as a sensitive machine. When there's too much stress, it's like the machine is constantly operating under overload or in an alarm state, unable to function at its best. How does stress affect the brain and memory? When you experience stress, your body releases several types of hormones, including cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones are useful in the short term to help you deal with dangerous situations, like the fight or flight response. But when the levels of these hormones remain consistently high due to chronic stress, it can have negative effects on the brain. Damages brain cells, especially in the hippocampus. The hippocampus is a crucial part of the brain responsible for forming and consolidating new memories. Chronic stress can cause cells in this area to shrink or even die, making it difficult to learn and remember new information. Disrupts synaptic plasticity. Stress can weaken communication between brain cells, affecting how information is transmitted and processed in the brain. This can make it difficult for you to concentrate and think clearly. Increases brain inflammation. Chronic stress can lead to low-grade inflammation in the brain, which can damage brain cells and impair long-term cognitive function. Affects sleep. Stress and anxiety often lead to insomnia or insufficient sleep, which, as explained before, has a strong negative impact on memory. Reduces problem-solving and decision-making abilities. When you're under severe stress, your brain might react more emotionally than rationally, leading to less effective decisions. How can we manage stress? Stress management doesn't mean eliminating stress entirely, it's about learning how to deal with it and reduce its negative effects on the brain and body. Here are some methods. 1. Meditation and deep breathing. Regular meditation, even just 5 to 10 minutes a day, can help reduce cortisol levels in the body and increase self-awareness. It helps calm the brain and improve focus. Long and slow deep breathing can help rebalance the autonomic nervous system, reducing heart rate and blood pressure. 2. Regular exercise. As mentioned in point 2, exercise is not only good for the body but also one of the most effective ways to reduce stress. Exercise helps release endorphins, which make you feel good and reduce stress hormones. 3. Sufficient sleep. As mentioned in point 1, getting enough sleep, 7 to 9 hours, is essential for the brain to rest, repair itself, and deal with stress accumulated during the day. 4. Balanced diet. Some foods can help reduce stress, while others can increase it. Consume foods rich in vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Avoid excessive caffeine, sugar, and processed foods that can cause mood swings. 5. Social connection. Talking to friends, family, or trusted people can help you express your feelings and receive support. Isolation can increase feelings of loneliness and stress. 6. Setting boundaries and prioritization. Learn to say no to tasks or activities that you cannot handle or that make you feel overwhelmed. Plan your work clearly and prioritize. Having structure can reduce feelings of confusion and stress. 7. Hobbies and relaxation. Do things you enjoy and that make you feel happy, such as reading a book, listening to music, drawing, playing a musical instrument, or just going for a walk. These activities help relax and reduce tension. 8. professional help. If your stress is severe or you feel you cannot manage it yourself, do not hesitate to seek help from a counselor or psychologist. In summary, stress management is not just about feeling good, but it is also a vital protection for your brain health and memory. By implementing these methods, you can help your brain function optimally and maintain mental sharpness for a long time. 7. Social engagement. Humans are social creatures, and maintaining good relationships with others not only provides mental well-being but is also a crucial factor in preserving brain health and enhancing memory. Think of it this way: our brains are designed for interaction. When we interact with others, our brains are stimulated to operate actively in unique ways, offering numerous benefits. How does social engagement help the brain and memory? Participating in social activities and maintaining connections with those around you offers many benefits, such as stimulates diverse brain functions. When you interact with others, your brain has to use many skills simultaneously, such as memory, remembering names, faces, and stories of people. Language use, thinking of words, forming sentences, and understanding what others say. Problem solving, coordinating opinions, resolving minor conflicts, or helping each other find solutions. Emotional understanding, understanding others' facial expressions, tones, and body language, empathy. Focus and attention, listening attentively to what others say. The combined activity of these skills helps keep the brain active and sharp. Reduces risk of depression and isolation. Isolation and feelings of depression are linked to a decline in cognitive function and an increased risk of dementia. Social interaction helps reduce these negative emotions and maintains good mental health, which is a foundation for good brain health. Reduces stress. Talking to friends or family about problems you're facing can help you express feelings and reduce stress levels. Having a strong social support network can act as a shield, protecting the brain from the negative effects of chronic stress. Increases learning and perspective. Interacting with different people gives you opportunities to learn from their experiences, perspectives, and knowledge. This exchange of ideas and information helps expand your understanding and stimulates your brain to think in new ways. Maintains mental sharpness. Engaging in social activities, especially those that require critical thinking or problem solving, such as playing board games with friends or discussing complex topics, can help keep the brain active and slow down age-related cognitive decline. How can we increase social engagement? You don't need countless social connections. What matters is the quality of those relationships. Here are some methods. Stay in touch with family and friends. Schedule regular meetups, call, text, or video chat. Join social activities or clubs. Join groups with shared interests, e.g., book clubs, hiking groups, dance or art classes. Volunteer. Helping others not only benefits the community but also opens opportunities to meet new people and gain a sense of fulfillment. Participate in community activities. Attend village meetings, traditional festivals, or other events in your local area. Learn something new as a group. For example, take a new language course, cooking class, or yoga class that allows you to interact with others. Share meals with others. Eating with friends or family is a simple way to maintain connections. Use technology wisely. Although social networks can help connect, don't let them replace face-to-face interaction. Use them to organize gatherings or stay in touch with those who are far away. In summary, maintaining good social connections is a vital part of a healthy lifestyle for the brain. It helps stimulate cognitive functions, reduce stress, and protect against feelings of isolation, all of which contribute to more advanced brain development and better memory. 8. Setting goals and planning. Setting clear goals and planning to achieve them is a highly effective exercise for stimulating and strengthening brain capabilities, especially executive functions and memory. This is not just a skill for work or study, it's a habit that helps keep your brain sharp and well organized. Think of your brain as a company. Setting goals and planning are like setting strategic directions and managing projects, which makes the company run smoothly and successfully. How do setting goals and planning help the brain? When you set goals and create a plan to achieve them, your brain is stimulated to use many parts of its cognitive functions. Strengthens executive functions. This is a set of brain skills that control thinking, planning, problem solving, and self-regulation. When you set a goal, you need to planning. Think about the steps to take to achieve the goal. Prioritization. Decide which tasks are most important and need to be done first. Time management. Allocate time for each task. Problem solving. Find solutions when encountering obstacles. Decision making. Choose the best option to move forward. Practicing these skills regularly helps strengthen neural pathways in the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for executive functions. Increases focus and attention. Having clear goals helps the brain have a specific direction to focus on. When you know what you're trying to achieve, your brain will focus on relevant information and activities, reducing distractions. This helps strengthen the ability to maintain attention on a single task. Memory enhancement. Working memory. When you plan, you need to hold a lot of information in your mind, such as steps, resources, and deadlines. This is an excellent exercise for strengthening working memory. Long-term memory. As you follow your plan, you'll remember experiences, decisions, and outcomes, which help strengthen long-term memory. Recalling the steps taken helps reinforce that memory. Promotes creative thinking. Sometimes planning requires out-of-the-box thinking to find new approaches or solve unexpected problems. This helps stimulate the creative part of the brain. Boosts confidence and reduces stress. Achieving small or large goals can provide a sense of satisfaction and boost self-confidence. Having a clear plan can also help reduce anxiety and stress because you know what you're doing and where you're going. How to set goals and plan effectively. 1. Set SMART goals. Specific. What exactly do you want to achieve? E.g., not, I want to read, but, I want to read 1 book per month. Measurable. How will you know when you've achieved it? E.g., 1 book. A. Achievable. Is it a realistic goal? R. Relevant. Is it important to you and relevant to your desires? T. Time-bound. What is the deadline? E.g., within 1 month. 2. Break down big goals into small ones. For a large goal, break it down into many smaller, manageable steps. For example, if the goal is to learn English fluently, smaller goals could be learn 10 new words per day, practice speaking for 15 minutes every evening, etc. 3. Create an action plan. For each small step, write down what you need to do, when to do it, and what resources you need. Writing it down helps the brain organize thoughts better. 4. Prioritize. If you have many goals, prioritize which ones are most important and should be focused on first. 5. Track progress. Review your progress regularly. Seeing yourself reach small milestones can provide motivation and help you keep going. 6. Be flexible and adjust. Life always changes. Don't be afraid to adjust your plan if something doesn't go as expected. This flexibility is also an exercise for the brain. 7. Visualize success. Visualizing yourself achieving your goals can help boost motivation and strengthen commitment. In summary, setting goals and planning is a powerful habit that helps keep your brain organized, efficient, and better at problem solving. Such practices not only help you achieve your aspirations but also strengthen your memory and overall cognitive functions. 9. Scheduled breaks. Often, many people mistakenly believe that to work more or study effectively, they must work continuously without breaks. But the truth is quite the opposite. Scheduled breaks are one of the most crucial and effective habits for maintaining brain health, increasing productivity, and strengthening memory. Think of your brain as a machine that runs continuously. If you leave it on all the time without shutting it down or resting, it will overheat, slow down, and may gradually break down. How do breaks help the brain and memory? Taking appropriate breaks offers many benefits to the brain. Recharge focus and attention. When you work or study continuously on the same task for a long time, your concentration gradually decreases. Short breaks help the brain reset its ability to focus. When you return to work, you'll feel refreshed and can concentrate better. Strengthen memory consolidation. While you're on a break, the brain continues to work. It uses this time to process the information you've just taken in, organize it, and transfer it from short-term to long-term memory. This means that breaks can help you remember what you've learned even better. Reduce mental fatigue. Continuous thinking and concentration can exhaust the brain. This mental fatigue can lead to mistakes, reduce creativity, and make problem-solving difficult. Breaks help reduce this fatigue, giving the brain energy back. Boost creativity and problem solving. Sometimes, when you focus too intently on a problem, you can get stuck. Taking a break and changing your environment slightly can help your brain think differently and find new solutions you hadn't thought of while working. This is why good ideas often emerge when you're resting, walking around, or taking a shower. Reduce stress. Working continuously without breaks can increase stress levels and anxiety. Regular breaks help reduce stress hormones like cortisol and allow the body and brain to relax. How to take effective breaks. The key is not just to take a break, but to take one effectively. Use the Pomodoro technique. This is a popular method that involves working or studying for short periods, e.g., 25 minutes, followed by a short break, e.g., 5 minutes. After doing these 4 to 5 times, you can take a longer break, e.g., 15 to 30 minutes. Get up and stretch. Don't just sit and rest in the same spot. Getting up and walking a bit or stretching your muscles can help increase blood flow to the brain and body. Avoid screen time. During your break, try to avoid looking at your phone, computer, or TV. Screen light can continue to make the brain work and prevent it from fully resting. Do something relaxing. You can listen to calming music, look out the window, drink a glass of water, have a healthy snack, or just close your eyes for a few minutes. Change activities. If you're working on a numerical task, take a break by listening to a podcast or chatting with a colleague for a bit. Changing the type of activity can help different parts of the brain to function. Take longer breaks on weekends. Besides short breaks during work hours, taking longer breaks on weekends or holidays is also crucial for long-term brain health. Example of application. If you are studying a lesson, you can study for 30 minutes, then get up from your chair, walk around the room, drink some water. And think about something else for 5 minutes. Then, come back and continue studying. Doing this regularly will help you maintain focus for longer and remember the lesson better. In summary, scheduling breaks is not about being lazy, it's a smart strategy to increase work efficiency, learning, and maintain strong and capable brain health, as well as enhance memory.